Data centers in Northern Virginia route roughly 70% of the world's internet traffic. But by 2025, the market reached absolute capacity. Co-location vacancy collapsed to a record low of 0.5%. That immense density consumed the region's available land and pushed the local power grid to its breaking point. In March 2025, Loudoun County reacted by ending by-right data center development. They stripped away automatic approvals, forcing new projects into a gauntlet of municipal zoning friction. Just months later, West Virginia passed House Bill 2014 to capture that exact overflow. They moved in the opposite direction, legally preempting local control to clear a path for massive new developments. This creates a strict geographic dilemma for incoming capital. You either pay a massive premium to fight bottlenecks in Virginia, or you leverage the untested statutory frontier of West Virginia. The right choice doesn't exist in a vacuum. It depends entirely on whether your specific job title is more threatened by a facility going dark or a public hearing stalling your permit. An owner, a developer, and a finance chief are all buying the exact same asset. Your seat at the table dictates which side of the 2025 border split protects your capital. For a real estate developer, the core vulnerability is the calendar. Unpredictable public hearings and shifting timelines destroy the math on your pro forma. Loudoun County's new zoning laws force developers into a maze of special exceptions, public hearings, and discretionary board votes. Even grandfathered Virginia projects carry severe risk. Increasing square footage by just 5% forfeits protected status, throwing them back into discretionary review. West Virginia offers developers a direct statutory counteroffer. If a project qualifies for high-impact state certification, local municipalities are legally barred from hindering it, collapsing the schedule into a strict 44-day window. This predictable schedule elevates local friction into organized state-level certification disputes. For a developer, crossing into West Virginia converts local entitlement chaos into a strictly defined, albeit contentious, timeline. Even if a site is perfectly zoned, the utility provider still controls the interconnection queue for the massive power load required to run these facilities. Virginia's infrastructure is deeply established, but generating capacity and new transmission lines simply do not arrive on a standard deal timeline. The grid itself is the binding constraint. This diagram shows West Virginia's aggressive legislative workaround, the certified microgrid. Legally exempt from Public Service Commission jurisdiction over rates and interconnections, the statute allows facilities to generate on-site, behind-the-meter power, provided that over 70% is consumed directly by data centers. Bypassing the utility queue carries a heavy physical reality. Buyers must now acquire massive generation footprints and secure their own heavy industrial fuel supply chains. West Virginia allows you to legally buy your way out of the utility line, but it transforms a standard real estate deal into a complex power plant acquisition. For the owner-operator, the entire risk profile shifts. Your threat is not zoning, it is the catastrophic cost of operational downtime and severed fiber connections. Virginia's steep entry price acts as an insurance policy. You are buying into the densest fiber ecosystem on Earth, securing the operational redundancy your facility needs to stay online. This diagram shows the physical risk in West Virginia. Outside of a few corridors, the fiber networks are thin. A single broken link or an unrecorded easement route results in total facility failure. West Virginia dirt also hides a unique legal trap: historically severed coal, oil, and gas estates sitting directly beneath the build site. Generations-old mineral rights, quietly sitting in the county land records, legally empower a third party to constrain or completely block your surface development. Operators must weigh Virginia's expensive, delayed entry against the existential threat of West Virginia's fragile fiber routes and unowned subsurface dirt. A finance chief or an institutional fund measures risk strictly in closing week cash requirements and repeatable process scalability. This graphic shows Virginia's heavy statutory burden. Buyers carry state recordation taxes, local fees, and a steep deed of trust tax on finance debt. Additionally, converting raw acreage out of use value assessment triggers massive retroactive rollback taxes spanning 5 years, plus interest. West Virginia flips this default structure entirely. State law shifts the heavy transfer excise off the buyer and onto the seller. This provides leveraged funds a massive advantage, recording financing without any value-based tax, and saving significant capital right at closing. West Virginia's tax architecture heavily subsidizes debt-financed buyers at entry, intentionally undercutting Virginia's cash-heavy closing table. The physical dirt rarely kills a data center deal. The fatal traps are hidden inside the county's legal record. This chart maps the capital profile against the optimal jurisdiction. The owner-operator clearly lands in the Virginia quadrant. Operators must tolerate Virginia's zoning friction and taxes to secure the unmatched fiber redundancy and safe exit markets their business model demands. The developer and the leveraged fund land in the West Virginia quadrant. These roles should cross the border to lock in strict statutory zoning schedules, build their own microgrids, and avoid deal-killing buyer taxes. The 2025 border split proves there is no objectively superior state to build in. There is only the state that best insulates your specific operational weakness. Identify your exact capital vulnerability, demand an attorney-led review of the recorded rights, and buy the jurisdiction that protects your specific seat at the table.
We are Virginia and West Virginia's premium title and escrow services provider.